back with a very high-quality guest here today. We have the current Secretary of Ag in Iowa, Mike Naig. Thanks for stopping by.
Well, I'm excited. I didn't know that we were going to go under the covers today. I was just out here. I presented these gentlemen and their business with an award today for conservation in the state of Iowa. Great things happening. I visited a couple of years ago. You've grown a little bit since then. This is good to see.
We're in a warehouse now. We have electricity and internet now. It's very exciting.
Things are really looking up for you guys.
Yep.
Yeah. So tell us about the award that we got, and what do you do every year on these awards that the Department of Agriculture gives out?
Yeah, so we like to recognize folks that are really making a difference in terms of Iowa's efforts to implement our nutrient reduction strategy, really specifically, and cover crops are a major component of that. We're really proud of the momentum that we're seeing, but of course, if you're going to see that kind of growth and trajectory in cover crops, you need cover crop seed and you need cover crop planting and all of that. And so I just wanted to highlight the work that you've all done here over the last 10 years and how that's so important to what we're seeing, the success we're seeing across the state. And hopefully we can inspire a few folks to become customers and maybe expand the number of acres that we're seeing here in the state of Iowa. Very important.
What was the cash prize with this award?
Oh, yeah, that's coming. Wait a minute. I'm not sure about that. You got a nice certificate. I mean, what else do you want?
So look for that on eBay.
Yeah, a lot of publicity. Like the local news has been hitting us pretty hard on it. It was a really nice thing. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do.
Well, again, we're just we're excited to see the work that you're doing, and this is you're a great example of how when the demand is out there. And I know we're talking a lot about what's happening with credits and lowering the carbon intensity of ethanol, sustainable aviation fuel. What about different ways that farmers can be paid for conservation outcomes? And I love it if we can see the market really start to demand and drive conservation practices like covers. That will really bend the trajectory again in ways that we can't do just as government with cost share. So I'm excited about the market side of it.
Yeah, so are we. So tell us about those cost shares that the IDOLS does do.
So you've got your, we really focus on kind of more traditional approach to cost share. So $15 per acre for a repeat user, $25 for a first-time user. It's a great way to de-risk that first usage of cover crops, and we'll be making an announcement here coming up early spring about when folks can get into the conservation office and sign up. Of course, USDA's got conservation cost share available as well, so we really encourage folks to do that. Plan ahead, think ahead. Don't wait until fall to make that decision. Think about it now. Get your seed ordered. Start to get the plan in place. You want to be very intentional, I think, about planting cover crops and what you're going to do. But I'm also excited about things like the Outcomes Fund and that Soybean Association has, and what some other companies are doing to bring some incentives as well, and kind of maybe layer that on top of cost share. So I think there's a real opportunity here to give it a try if folks haven't before.
Yeah, I see cover crops kind of like voting. Vote early and vote often.
Right? Yeah.
That's a good strategy.
So order early and order often.
Order early, order often.
Yep.
Yeah. So what's your favorite cover crop to order?
Well, I historically we've used some rye on our farm, but I sounds like maybe you guys have a little bit of buckwheat here that you need to move this year. So it might be a deal on it. Maybe I need to consider something like that.
Yes, great crop. Let's say you're talking to a 20-year-old farmer. What are you most excited about in agriculture right now? Conservation or not? Doesn't matter.
Well, I do think that as you look at, 2024's got plenty of headwinds coming at us. Goodness knows whether you've got, disruption in marketplace around the world, when you've got high cost of capital, interest rates remain high, the impact of inflation. I mean, all of those things are impacting us. And yet, when you look around the world, you look at demand, when you look at some uncertainty in other parts of the world that are productive from an agriculture standpoint, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world than right here. So I think there's plenty of reasons to be optimistic about our potential. Some of the things that get me most excited, though, I love innovation and technology, precision, digital ag, those types of things. but also our ability to continue to add value to the things that we produce in this state. So sustainable aviation fuel, I think, is one of those things that you look out and you say, gosh, a lot of potential to take corn and soybeans that we grow so much of in this state and turn it into something of incredibly high value, and that can sustain us for the next couple of decades. I think that's really exciting to think about all those pieces.
Well, thank you for coming under the covers with us.
Appreciate it.
Good.
Thank you, Mike.